often as I can. I don't believe in leaving these things to chance.
Well, in that case, don't let me stop you.
That's right, I've finished for today. John.
Yeah.
Linda Kennedy's brother.
What about him?
Well, I had a long talk with Linda last night. The boy's not insane, he's just backward. And he has no history of violence.
So?
I don't think he belongs in the brig.
He came after you with an ice pick.
I know, but he was frightened.
Catherine.
Look, I just wonder how much good is being done by keeping him in a place which could frighten him even more.
Well, why don't we leave the social work to the social workers?
Decisions about crime control on this ship do fall into my area of responsibility.
And your area of responsibility comes under my authority.
Well, I can't really argue with that, can I?
Arguing about it isn't going to change anything.
I just can't believe you're like that, Peter. I just can't.
It's the truth.
Were you always?
As long as I can remember, yes.
Did you ever love me?
No. Well, yes, but... No, I didn't.
Which is it?
I don't know.
Yes or no?
It's not as simple as that.
Did you speak to the captain?
Yes.
Yeah, well, what did he say?
He said no.
He didn't.
Yes, I'm afraid he did.
But Larry go crazy in there. He hates being locked up. It was bad enough when he had to stay in the cabin, and even worse, they locked him up in that institute. The brig, that's the worst of all.
Look, there's still a chance. In about half an hour, we have our weekly management meeting, and the captain has agreed to let me bring Larry up, being in the brig, as a matter of ship's business.
Oh, thanks.
It's not a guarantee, it's only a possibility.
This is all my fault. My poor brother.
It's not all your fault. You did your best in a difficult situation. I'll do what I can.
Where's John?
It's hard to say. The pub's not open.
Probably in his office.
Could be. He does keep a good supply there.
Stuff it, Charles.
He does drink too much.
I don't want to hear it.
All right, I won't mention it again.
I don't want to hear it.
I'm gay, Sandy. A homosexual.
But you never acted like you were. You made love to me. How could you?
It's not impossible.
Why didn't you tell me?
But I did tell you. I've just told you.
Only before I fell in love with you.
Oh, Sandy, please don't cry. Oh, God.
Morning.
Susan, morning.
I thought you men might like some freshly squeezed orange juice.
Very thoughtful.
Thanks.
No captain this morning?
Not yet.
You fellows seem to be steering a straight course. I feel confident I'm in good hands.
Doesn't the triumvirate meet today?
Mm-hmm.
There's your answer.
What was the question?
John's whereabouts.
Am I missing something?
He'll be in his office getting ready.
Terribly responsible of him.
It is his job, isn't it?
Good morning.
Morning.
Is it true what I hear about you and Sandy?
I was drunk. I don't remember what happened very well.
Oh, my God.
She led me on.
That excuse went out with a Stone Age love. Have you never heard the saying, for he who waits the tide will turn?
She's going to marry Peter Nuttall. Nothing's going to turn that tide now.
You might be surprised.
Why don't you ask me how I feel about it? Do you think it's easy? I'm told it's a sin against God. Some people say it's a mental illness. Do you think I got up one morning and said, hey, I think I'm going to be a homosexual today?
Please.
And it certainly doesn't enhance my career. Listen, Sandy. Some people say it's just a matter of choosing a lifestyle. I wouldn't want to speak for everyone, but in my case, that's just not true. The only choice I have is to be what I am or to live a lie. Well, can't you even look at me?
If I looked at you, I'd strangle you.
Sorry, I'm late.
Okay. Weekly management meeting now in session. First item, budgets. Catherine.
Yes, well, I'm happy to be able to tell you that a change of suppliers and the arrival of a new Swedish chef have resulted in a 12% increase in our restaurant revenues over the last quarter.
12%? That's amazing.
Thank you. Item number 2. Emboldened by that success, I'd like to put in a formal request for a reasonable increase in the entertainment budget.
Oh,
Now, I think we'll attract a better nightclub crowd and sell more drinks if we can get a second act to fill in between Joe Bailey's numbers. Also, I'd like to introduce a more sophisticated menu into the club. Pate, not peanuts. Funds could be shifted from the freight contingencies to cover the initial cost.
Oh, you want to spend the freight contingency money?
It's just sitting there doing nothing.
And what if the club makes a loss?
It won't. These are my projections. The club has nowhere to go but up. Sometimes, gentlemen, you have to spend a little money to make a little money. Propping up the door?
Don't scare me like that.
Don't set yourself up for it by eavesdropping then.
Don't tell me what to do. Who do you think you are?
Sorry?
Oh, I'm sorry. Big three are in there, deciding whether or not to let my brother out the brig.
Oh, I am sorry, love. I heard about it. Look, I don't know how to explain this to you, but well, I do know what you're going through. I know what he's going through, too.
No, it won't be all right.
It'll have to be. I can't afford to lose my job.
Oh, please. Please don't leave me yet.
So we should be able to put that matter to bed by the end of the year.
I don't know, Matt. See, it's a union decision, so it's really pointless our discussing it here. Now, I'm afraid it's going to have to go to head office, along with the issue of the washing machines. Well, if the crew say no, and they do, I'm afraid that's it. So, any other business, Matt?
None?
No? Catherine?
Linda Kennedy's brother.
Well, I'm listening.
Well, I've spoken to Linda, and I put through a call to Mrs. Kennedy, and these seem to be the facts. Larry Kennedy is 20 years old. He's retarded. He's not insane. He was brought up at home and not in an institution. At the age of 15, he got a job in a restaurant washing up. Now, he held that job for 4 years without a single complaint being lodged against him. Last year, the restaurant closed. The employment situation being what it is, his family were unable to get another job for him. Since his mother is divorced and has to work, and the rest of the family are either away at school or away working, Larry was left on his own all day long. Now, 6 months ago, Mrs. Kennedy managed to find a mental home that would take him as a patient and give him a job in the kitchen. Well, she felt he would be happier around other people and doing a job he knew. In fact, Larry began to complain that he was being locked into his room at night and generally badly treated. The hospital denied the allegations. Mrs. Kennedy was reluctant to bring him home until she could get at the truth of the matter. However, on her last leave, Linda Kennedy went to visit her brother, with whom she is very close, and she believed his story. She went home and had a violent row with her mother, who still refused to be convinced that he was, in fact, being badly treated. So, Linda waited several days, and then she went back to the hospital. And without telling anyone, without being seen, she removed her brother and smuggled him aboard this ship where she felt she could look after him. And that's more or less the whole story.
Okay, so now give us some convincing reasons as to why we should let him...
Come out now, it's all right. Come on. Come.
Linda should be able to sort it out with 10 days compassionate leave, I think.
What's this, the soft-hearted Kate?
Everyone has a flash of parental instinct every now and again, don't you think?
Look, there's something I've been wanting to ask you for a long time, and I'll understand if you don't want to answer. But who is it you're married to?
I don't mind telling you.
I love you too, darling. I'll be over to see you very soon. Now, will you let me talk to Mummy?
So are you going to tell me?
Why don't I just give you a concise description of my marital condition, past and present?
What, sort of 1 to 10, like the Linda Kennedy memo? Go ahead, you got the floor.
I was married for the first time, straight from university. It was a good marriage. I was happy. Bill, my husband, had been married before, and Peter Nuttall is the son from the former marriage. Bill was killed in an accident, and I was single for some time. Peter lived with me. Then I remarried, and Peter came to live with us. But he wasn't happy, and as soon as he was old enough, he left. By Alex, my second husband, I had a daughter, Emma, who died when she was 3. The marriage wasn't a success, and we separated. But I'm not divorced.
You've had a pretty humdrum sort of life, haven't you? Why haven't you divorced?
It's complicated. Why aren't you married?
It's complicated.
No, really, I'd like to know.
Oh, really, I don't want to tell you.
After I've parted with all that revealing information.
Wasn't revealing?
What?
Well, it wasn't. Not why it happened. I mean, why things happen, like why I'm not married, that's a different kettle of fish entirely. Much more revealing.
You're a coward.
Oh, you've got a hair out of place. Yep. Sheep in wolf's clothing.
I've got 3 hours before we sail tonight, Maya, and I'm coming over to see my daughter. I told her I was coming, and I am. Well, for one thing, I've got a little present for her. Police? Oh, don't be so damn silly, Maya. I said, don't be so silly, you wouldn't dare. Maya? Maya?
So, are you going to accept my father's mistress's offer of a promotion?
No, we just arranged to have lunch and discuss things a little further.
You really are being sucked into the Turson family whirlpool, aren't you?
Is that such a bad thing?
I don't know.
Maybe I'd like to be sucked in a little further.
That's what you think.
Thank you.
Sandy? Sandy, it's me. Look, you can't stay in there forever. Come on, let me in.
Where's John?
I don't know.
You don't know? We sail in 10 minutes.
Yes, I know we do.
She just won't accept it.
It takes time. She's probably still in a state of shock.
What a mess.
You did the right thing, love. Better now than 20 years on and 4 kids. She'll get over it.
Oh, hell! Why did you watch where you're going?
Prince Charming! Welcome back.
You know, Tom, I'm not going to be the one who hangs John. He's going to do it himself. We all know why. 2 minutes.
Sorry I'm a bit late. Everything all right?
Yes, sir, everything's fine.
Okay, stand by 4.5.
I have to ask you something. Oh, I have a passenger complaint to attend to. Can we talk about it later?
Please, it won't take a minute. Please.
All right.
Did you know that Peter was gay?
Yes.
Well, why didn't you tell me?
Well, I thought about it, but it's difficult to know where to draw the line between helping and interfering. I suppose I thought he should tell you himself.
He did. But it's too late. Somebody should have told me before...
I'm terribly sorry. I really do have to go. Can we talk about it some other time?
Yeah, sure, some other time.
Sandy, I really did think I was doing the right thing. Please come and talk to me about it.
Pardon me. Which way is the captain's cabin?
That way.
Thanks.
You're not supposed to go back there. You should see the purser or the assistant purser if you have a problem.
But we want to get married.
What's funny?
Nothing. Go on, go and get married. Before it's too late.
Too late?
Oh, just never mind. Go on.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Sandy?
Tom?
Is anything the matter?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
See you later.
See you later.
Hello. Stay here. I'm due on the bridge. I know, but I've got something to show you. Well, show me on the bridge. I don't think you'd want me to. What? Something too sinister for the watch to clap eyes on? Yes.
Yes?
Are you the captain?
Yes.
Well, we were wondering if...
wondering if you'd marry us.
Marry you?
Yes.
I didn't think young people got married anymore. Why don't you just live together like everybody else?
We love each other. We want to make it permanent.
Permanent. Do you know anything about marriage at all?
Yes.
I doubt that. Do you know the marriage ceremony? No, of course you don't. Well, look, I'm afraid I'm not empowered to marry people. It wouldn't be legal. So why don't you come in anyway? No need to be nervous. I'm not going to bite you. Just try and educate you a little bit.
Yeah.
Kate, I've got a telex for you. Your father's been moved to intensive care.
I found it in the same place as the other one.
What makes you think it belongs to John?
Because it was a different watch on this time.
I don't believe it. John's not stupid enough to drink on the bridge. And even if he were, he'd never be dumb enough to leave a bottle behind when he went.
He's not been himself lately. I've been telling you.
He may not be himself, but I'll never believe that John's crazy enough to booze on the bridge. Never.
I don't believe it's possible to predict what a man will do when his personal life is falling apart.
And then the priest will say, "Wilt thou have this woman to thy wedded wife, to live together after God's ordinance in the holy estate of matrimony? Wilt thou love her, comfort her, honor her, and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keep thee only unto her, so long as ye both shall live?" What would you say?
I will.
And will you?
Yes.
And then he'll say to you, "Wilt thou have this man to thy wedded husband, to live together after God's ordinance in the holy estate of matrimony? Wilt thou obey him and serve him and..." Well, he might leave out obey these days. "Love, honor, and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keep thee only unto him, as long as ye both shall live."
I will.
will you?
Yes,
How do you know?
because I love him.
Yes, of course. Of course you do.
Marion. Marion, please listen to me. Now, don't get hysterical, just listen. Thank you. Now, I'm going to get on a plane as soon as we dock. I shall be there tomorrow afternoon. I don't think... I said I don't think... His doctor doesn't want me there. What's his name? What? Can you spell that, please? Yeah. Yes. Right, thank you. Yes. I think whether or not I visit my own father in hospital is entirely my business and not yours, don't you? All right. Thank you for telling me. Yes, Marion. Goodbye. Goodbye.
I thought you said you didn't care what happened to him.
We don't get on. That doesn't mean to say I want him to be seriously ill.
His doctor doesn't want you there?
His mistress doesn't want me there, more likely.
So what you gonna do?
I'm going to call this doctor and find out what's really going on.
Boy, you and your old man certainly have a strange relationship.
Yes, we do.
Till death us do part.